The newsroom. Let's have a look at what's breaking this hour, and we start in South America, where police have clashed with protesters near the Nasrec Expo Centre in Johannesburg ahead of the opening of the G20 Leaders Summit. Demonstrators from various organisations rallied over issues including illegal immigration, unemployment and crime. Riot police blocked access roads to the venue, deployed pepper spray and arrested several protesters as tensions escalated. Authorities remain on high alert as world leaders arrive for the summit. Let's listen in to a few protesters and what they had to say.
We came here to, send a message across, the outcries of South Africans, what we're going through. So we're finding a resistance from the cops. The police have decided to attack us. I mean, we're used to it. We are Operation Tudola. Everywhere we are the underdogs. Cops will rather leave criminals away free and come and attack us. So this is the situation right now.
We are gathered here to send a strong message to the people of the world and to the world leaders that the strategic development goals of the G20, the developing world is far from meeting those targets. We also wish to bring to the attention of the people of Africa and the world that we are not satisfied with South Africa's performance under the GNU government towards meeting these strategic objectives.
We now move over to Ukraine, and police have evacuated a grandmother and her 2 children from the frontline village of Yurkiva in the Zaporozhye region, following a government mandate for the evacuation of children. Many families with children have already fled Yurkiva, although police report that 26 families, including around 50 children, remain in the village. Tanasova and her grandchildren will stay at a shelter for internally displaced people in Zaporozhye. Let's listen in to what such residents have to say.
Та це ж через дітей сільський совет поміг. Сказав, що евакуація буде. Наш участковий теж каже, ви согласні виїхати? Ну що ж, кому треба, значить кому треба і виїду. А що робити? Першим планом діти, щоб все нормально з дітьми було.
Now in Ternopil, mourners gathered to honour Oksaka Bailo and her young daughter, who were killed when a Russian strike destroyed their home on November the 19th. Relatives and residents laid flowers and attended a church service remembering the victims. The funeral underscores the ongoing toll of the conflict on civilians in Ukraine. Let's take a listen in to what the mother of the young girl had to say.
Ой, не можу це передати словами. Дуже тяжка втрата. Вона ще дзвонила 6:30 і питала: тату, мамо, ми навіть не чули того, що була тривога. Вона чули 6:30, як сильно бухнуло. Вона дзвонить, каже: мамо, тату, з вами все добре. Кажемо: так. А вона каже: бо в нас дуже сильно ракети літають. Ми ще сказали: дитино, бери, вдівайся і бери документи всі і виходь з хати. Вона каже: ми вже діти з Амельки, ми вже готові. Все, не встигла вийти дитина. Десь 10:50 дзвонить. Тату, мамо, рятуйте, бо ми дусимося. Ми говоримо: рятуйте нас, рятуйте. Чоловік скоренько поїхав, сусід його машиною повіз. Приїхав, все горить, нікого, пожарників ще не було. Аж пожарники приїхали вже десь 8 година. Все там горіло. І вони згоріли живцем. Обнімочку двоє. Боже, яка тяжка смерть.
Let's turn next to the UK, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the focus is now on the Geneva talks on Ukraine, emphasising the need to see if progress can be made when it comes to a peace deal. He also expects to speak with US officials in the Swiss capital. Okay, we are now move on.
That we should support it. We should support it because it is at least going in the right direction. Because it is very clear that we should stand shoulder to shoulder with our friends from the poorest nations. And what we are doing is making a very significant step forward in terms of helping them out, in terms of finance adaptation.
Okay, this comes as US and European officials meet with the Ukrainian delegation in the Swiss capital in order to discuss the US proposed 28 10-point plan, many of which critics say succeeds to Moscow's plans. This plan would gift the Donetsk region over to Moscow, including 10% of the territory, which is which is not under Russian occupation. Okay, we now move over to Nigeria for our next story, and Niger State Governor Mohammed Umar Bago has announced the closure of all the schools in the state following the kidnapping of more than 300 students and teachers, one of the largest mass abductions recorded in Nigeria. The government said schools located in vulnerable areas will also be closed, including all schools in Niger North, until further notice. Authorities stressed that the measure is aimed at protecting the lives and properties of civilians amid rising security concerns. This is what he said.
We woke up yesterday with a very sad news of the unfortunate incidents of the kidnapping of children of the missionary school in Papiri in Awara State, Niger State. These incidents will have been avoided. However, it's not a time for blame game. Our mission today is to see how we can rescue these children and all those that have been kidnapped in that incident. As such, we are calling on all the security agencies, civil society organizations, organized labor, clerics, to please focus on the rescue of these children.
We turn now to Latin America, and opponents and supporters gather outside Brazil's federal police